got a fire in my soul, yeah, it's burning bright. Guy band, he told me just to follow the light. Well, I heard the people singing with all their might, so I hit the ground running, and I ran all night. And we sang, run, 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 run. Run, 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 run. Run, 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 run. Run, 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 run. Well, I ran into my family, and I ran into my friends, and I ran into people that I didn't know then. And I said to them, hey, I could use a hand. And then I ran and I ran, and I ran and I ran. And we sang, run, 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 run. Run, 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 run. Run, 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 run. Run, 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 run. They say it's dangerous out there, but not if we're all here. If we're together, we can run without fear. They say it's dangerous out there, but not if we're all here. If we're together, we can run without fear. Well, the children and the elders and the strangers and the neighbors and the doctors and the teachers and the farmers and the bakers and the scientists and builders and the singers and the players and the buskers and the dancers and the dreamers and the painters and the coaches and the helpers and the artists and creators and the yogis and the healers and the preachers and the changers and the people and the planet and the forests and the rivers and the mountains and the oceans and the future and the vision. And the buskers and the patience and the future and the vision. Run, 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 run. Run, 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 run. Run, 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 run. Run, 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 run.
Good morning, everybody. Good vibes, man. Happy
morning.
Monday morning to you. What's up, Brother Shine? How are you doing?
Doing well, man. Weather's nice up here today, so good weekend.
Awesome.
People in town, so it's been a good weekend, man. How you doing?
Heck yeah. Oh, man, I'm outstanding. Just super and excited this morning. Just as you already know. I'm in here early this morning trying to do new things, man, trying to come up with just different stuff and having fun. Being a kid, really, I guess, in some ways, man, I think it's fun. So
That's
just
good.
trying new stuff out and just doing, kind of trying to create a different environment for myself. You know what I mean? That's really what it all comes down to in the long run.
Yeah.
You
You
just
need
having
to
fun
have
with
your
it.
space, man. You know what I mean? Where you can do your things. Yeah.
Yeah, just having fun with it, man, But anyway, man, yeah, just having a good Monday morning, man. I'm super stoked about this week, man. I got some new things coming up and gonna be doing a cool little project tomorrow that I've been kind of waiting to go ahead and do. So, exciting little project that I'm going to be coming up with, and I hope everybody will enjoy it. It's something that since I started this little journey, I wanted to I really wanted to start highlighting certain things in certain areas, and
Mm.
you know I see others doing it, and that's the way we learn.
Yep.
And I also see ways that I can do it better, or that I
Yep.
think I can.
Or
And
do,
that's
yeah,
all
your
you
way.
can do is
Yeah.
try to bring your way. I say better. I don't even mean to word it that way.
Yeah.
I mean different in
Yeah.
my way. Because I think certain stories are told from certain perspectives,
Mm.
and it creates an entirely different perception of what real life is.
It's
And
actually interesting because I was having a conversation with a gentleman this morning about this very topic about, um, the differences, just simple things in like the kind of way maybe a man sees something as opposed to in this particular situation, it's a relationship he's in, right? And we were talking about the differences in like how to get your point across and how to, do those kind of things in a more effective way without getting, too tethered to it and
mm-hmm,
emotional because
mm-hmm.
you're losing at that point, right? So I agree. That's an awesome idea.
Yeah, man, it's just getting certain things figured out. Just like the editing process.
Hmm.
Until you learn a few little things. Some of these projects, it's like by the time I got done doing that, you'd have a 10-hour project. Like
Yeah,
I
yeah,
don't think
yeah.
anybody's gonna tune in for all day. So it's like
Yeah.
but now that I kind of understand and have a little bit more of a handle on that, now that opportunity is so feasible and sounds so fun for me,
Yeah.
because it opens up an avenue of creativity where I'm still highlighting other people, but I get to do it in the way that I like to do it, and
Hmm.
go talk in the way that I like to talk to people, and just go visit and go. I see all these other channels, and I'm not talking about here in our little community, but bigger channels that I like to watch, and I just think they do great content. But I also feel like, man,
Yep.
that's something I would enjoy doing is
Yep.
getting out and visiting people like that. So, I'm gonna take my first little step out into that little world, and soon to come, I
Good.
hope you guys enjoy my little excursion over into. I'm gonna be visiting a very popular area, but I will announce where I'm gonna be going
Nice.
after I go. Because
Yeah.
you know what I mean. Like I
Yeah.
just want to make sure that everything works out good, and I'm able to bring things the way that I feel proper about. And if I don't, I'll just scratch it. I just won't
Yeah.
do it. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? I'll just
For
be like,
sure.
nope, I ain't
No.
I ain't doing that, because that ain't the way that. Nope. You know what I mean? Like I'm not
Mm-hmm.
doing that. So
Yeah.
it just is fun, man. It's almost
Yeah.
like being an investigator, except you're not investigating people in a bad way. You're just kind of going to learn about stuff. Like,
Yeah. That's
you know,
cool. I like
yeah, it
that.
is. It's gonna be fun, man. It's just
Yeah.
a project, man. It's something to do now
Yeah.
that the
Yeah.
weather's getting nice.
That's
Um,
it. That's it. Yeah.
Jeez,
Yeah.
I'm like yearning to get like, uh,
Oh,
I
like
want to
this
get
was the
out and get
first
some
weekend.
sunburn on, and some
Yep.
sweat and some
Yep.
stink, and just I want all of it, and
Hmm.
I just can't wait. So, yeah,
Yeah.
it's supposed to be really beautiful tomorrow. It's supposed to be great weather, and it's something I've been kind of planning, and I kind of have a already. Obviously, I can't. I'm not going on no great road trip or nothing. So the area I'll be visiting isn't like I'm going nowhere. For me, it's not special, but for you guys, it might be pretty cool. Might be
Yeah.
something you're not used to seeing or
Definitely.
different. So
Definitely.
anyway,
Cool.
good
Very
vibes. I'm
cool.
excited. It's always good when you get up in the morning and you're like, yeah, man,
Yeah.
I'm ready to
Excited to
tackle this
go.
day.
Excited to
Yeah,
go. Yeah.
yeah. Trying to do something, you know what I mean? All you can do
Mm-hmm.
is try. Take your steps out there, and
Oh, there's lots. Like, I mean, like that's part of like creating anything, right? Like, I was going through a bunch of stuff that I've shot over the last 6 months, and like I forget about it because like I shoot a lot of different stuff, but sometimes when I do it, it's like it's not really applicable at this time. Like, you know what I mean, with the
yeah, I
other
feel
things
you.
I'm doing. So then, yeah. kind of come back to it. It's always good to, I find, having the idea recorded because I can come back to it and then be like, oh yeah, okay, this is where I was trying to go with it. It didn't exactly hit the mark, so let me try it this way this time. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah.
That's really, yeah. I mean, well, and that's the way that as a creator, you can stay creative because you can use things of your own to spark another thought. Because if you look back on things you've done, it'll make yourself think sometimes. Either you'll think, nah, that's not what I really was trying, or you'll think, I like the
Yeah.
way I was thinking about that. I'm gonna go
Mm-hmm.
back. I'm gonna dig into that thought a little bit more,
Yep.
or
Drill
that
down on it.
that
Yep.
idea.
Yep.
For myself, I swear, I'm just I hate to be like that, but I'm so selfish in this thing because I'm doing exactly what I want to do. I'm having fun with it, and I'm
Mm-hmm.
doing things that I like to do, and that's it. And I just ain't gonna bend on that one.
No. No.
It's called
No.
YouTube because
Yep.
if you're
You
not
do
having fun
you.
at it,
You do you.
yeah,
You
you
know?
do you know,
Yep.
and then if you have things that you do where you're trying to invite other folks, then you make that blend in, but at
Mm-hmm.
ultimately you still have things that you do that inspire you, that make you want to do different, do
Mm-hmm.
better, or just grow in your own kind of way. Like
Absolutely.
that's
Yep.
that keeping up with the Joneses. I found out a long time ago, and for myself, made a decision that ain't gonna work for me because that's keeping
No.
up with them or keeping up with the Joneses or whatever you want to call it or whatever. That I'm not. That's not what I'm about. I'm about
Mm-mm.
finding like my little way of being truly happy, and that's where I found freedom. Was like, okay, I really don't need all this, or I really don't agree with that, or I really don't see things that way, or whatever it is. And
Yep.
then you find your way of doing things.
Of putting
And
that across. That's a good
yeah,
point. That's a really good point. I was thinking about that the other day. I was like, there's a lot of stuff that, and I found that since I started doing YouTube, like, um, hold like there's certain times where I hold myself back, saying whatever it might be, right, or whatever you're thinking about, just because it's like, how do you frame this in a way? But honestly, I'm at the point now where it's like, well, as long as I'm not belligerent about it and you know what I mean, being ignorant, this is my point. This is how
right.
I see it, and I
That's
shouldn't feel
exactly,
bad about saying that, right?
as
That's how I
long
see
as
it.
you're using your uh in my personal opinion, as long
Yep.
as you're using your language proper, then that's exactly the way it's supposed to be.
Yep.
That's the way. Otherwise, you're being fake.
Well, and
Otherwise, you're
also
being
there's
fake for
limited
yourself.
time. Like, you know what I mean? If you got something to say and do, like, I mean, tomorrow ain't promised, 10 minutes from now is not promised, right?
Mm,
So that's kind of the
get her
other thing
done.
too. Yeah, exactly.
Get
Exactly.
her done,
Sense of
and
urgency a
find that
little.
inspiration. My inspiration is about personal growth for me. I
Yep.
just enjoy seeing my brain and seeing the fight that I have had in my little battle in this life with some of the things that I have to deal with, which I'm not complaining at all. I'm glad to have the life I have. But
Hmm.
it's like just being able to look and see little positive steps for me. That's like, okay, you stayed on point, you focused in, and you got that done. You learned to do that.
Hmm.
Congratulations.
Hmm.
And I take the small wins, bro, and I celebrate them like a little kid celebrates getting a new little toy truck. I celebrate learning copy and paste. I celebrate learning StreamYard. I
Yeah.
celebrate learning how to do the little commercials. I celebrate
Hmm.
all the little things. I don't care who laughs. I don't care who thinks it's silly. I don't care if anybody thinks that that's, not even for me, it's
Hmm.
something that I have worked extremely hard on. And for me to focus in enough to even allow that to become part of my vocabulary or part of my life is huge for me. So I celebrate it and I feel good
And
about
you
it. And
should. You
that's the
absolutely
way I
should.
think if all
Yeah.
of us come at it that way, if Sean
Hmm.
said, okay, I celebrate what I'm able to learn, what new things I'm able to do, or the new things that I'm able to do, and I don't give a crap. Well, anybody, and I'm not just saying Sean, but anybody that's doing something creative or being a creator, you just do it for you, and then
Yeah.
you put it out and let the world have it. And
Exactly. Yeah.
be
Yeah.
happy
Yeah.
and because these numbers, if you start looking at numbers too often much, guys, it'll inspire you to put your recorder down and not mess with it.
Yeah, it can have that effect as well. Yeah.
You know, so that's not the way that I do it. Like when I look at like what, you know, like what we was talking about earlier this morning. You know, you come in, you seen how happy I was right off the rip because I had a little something new where I'm like, hey, you know what I mean? But it's like, dude.
Yeah, but I mean, like that's the difference, right? Like, you know,
Yeah.
and you're doing it your way, which is always good because, like, I don't know, there's a lot of like repetition that you see, right? And like it's kind of like the ones like they kind of get me are like how many reaction video channels there are.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you know, I can watch this for a bit, but then like I go to the next one, it's just the same thing with a different person. So I'm like, kind of spice
It's
this
all
up a
about the
bit.
personalities that come at that
Yeah.
point. Or you
Yeah.
know what gets me though? It's usually the reaction videos that I like the best is
Yeah.
where there's some ignorant laugh that
Yeah.
like you
Yeah.
don't see or hear nothing else other than the little video, and then this ignorant laugh that's in the background, and that'll be the one that gets I'll watch it the whole bit just to hear the way that they're laughing, man. But yeah, it's just what, yeah.
Yeah, that's
Man, let me
good.
get
I see
it.
a
You
lot
know
of people
what?
in the
I
chat
haven't
there.
even.
Good morning to everybody. I
Acknowledged
see
our. Let me
Gen
get over here.
X, Lashana, Chris the Flash.
I'm coming from the top down. You come from the bottom down. I'm up here at the very
Yeah.
beginning. So we got Santiago up here at the
Peyton.
top. Good morning, good vibes. Thank you, Santiago. And Peyton Samuels. Good morning, Peyton
Good
Samuels.
morning.
Jarrett Talks. Jarrett Talks says, "Hey fellas, 60
Hey, buddy.
seconds and the stream starts." I know. Hey, I was trying something new though. You guys, you gotta understand. I was just being a kid. Hooty hoo, motherfucker. I can't read that one out. Hooty hoo, bleep, bleep. Go, friends. Yeah, it's Monday morning. Shout out to you, Gen X. You got me with it, motherfucker. Peyton Samuels, what's up? Good morning, good vibes. Doug the Pogan guitarist, good to see you, man. Another outstanding musician, jamming for us. Chris the Flash, double tap that screen for you fellas. He says, shining guy, beautiful people. Good morning. We appreciate you, man. Gen X in the house, always, brother Clint. Good to see you, man. Good morning, good vibes. Hey, we got great weather here down the road from you, brother. I'm sure it's probably similar. It looked to me like on the weather it was similar towards where. Hey, brother Desi in the house. Let's go, brother Desi. Shout out to you. I hope you're having a great morning. Good vibes to you. Peyton Sam, Els Endeavors morning, everyone. Good morning, Els Endeavors. Thank you very much. There's Luciana, Mets Chief Champion in the house. Miss Luciana doing good things. She's one of what I call my OG people. She's been a part of my little journey since like, you know, day one. Or not, I say day one, but I swear it feels like kind of like day one. You know, it was right at that beginning time when you needed people to kind of, you know, just I needed people to help, you know, just to give you that encouragement a little bit, like just keep doing it, and you know, whatever. And it's like, you know, so shout out to you, and Chris the Flash, same with you, brother. Been a part of the journey for a long time, so shout out to you, my friend. Hey, there's Kaleidoscope, Miss Echo. What's up? Good morning to you. Good vibes. Good morning. Gosh, we missed. I said we. I missed a lot, Sean, from my mouth running. But imagine that.
Well,
Imagine that.
know, I think we're good.
Hey, Vandy family, let's go. Let's go. There's Mom in the house.
Yeah,
Good
morning,
Guy and
Vandy
Shine.
family.
Yeah, good morning, Guy and Shine. Peyton Samuels and Gen X. Brother Desi in the house. Chris the Flash. Shout out to you guys. All of you. Appreciate you guys.
You guys.
You want to bring us up? Let's see. I'm going to bring us up a song.
Sure.
Here, Brother Shine. Let's do one of Shine's songs. How about, let's see. Let me get down. How about the Common Folk? You want to do the Common Folks? That sound all right? Or
Sounds
you got
good.
a different one you want?
No,
Okay.
you can go with that. That's fine. Yep.
All right,
Sounds
good deal. All right, this is the
Awesome.
Common Folk. This is Brother Shine with this is his song. You can find it at Shine Dick as well as other videos. But good morning, good vibes to you guys. This is
Good
Guy and
morning,
Shine,
guys.
11 to 1, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Monday, Wednesday, Friday.
Right.
Eastern
11
Standard
to 1
Time.
Eastern Standard Time.
Yeah, all that. all that.
Yeah.
Good vibes, guys.
You got it. Yeah.
Lately I've been thinking things could be just, and not only in the sense of the word, but we could really build trust. And I know it sounds like a stretch after all that we've been through, but if someone like myself can do it, why the hell can't you? Baby, we're living on something that just don't exist. And how long will it take for action or to raise your fist and saying to fight truthful ways? But it's time my mind somehow can make, and I won't sit around anymore waiting for someone to save me, that's for sure. But baby, that's for sure. This country was built on the backs of the working class, and now you've got all these billionaires sitting on their asses telling us how it's gonna be. Well, I don't know about you, can only speak for me. I'm sick of the shystiness and everything in between. Winning together, we are always gonna overcome all the nastiness, the absolute obscure. Give them what they want, they think we're sleeping, but baby, guess what it is? We're all waking up, and I ain't talking about what is. I'll see you around, see you around the next set of bins. Nah, this is how this ends.
Yeah. Good vibes, everybody. Hey,
There you go.
hey, huh? Yeah, yeah. Little something different, man. Little way to bring you guys a little different something here, man. Just trying to get things set up. But good vibes, everybody. Good to see you. This is Guy and Shine, 11 to 1 Eastern Standard Time. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Always good vibes. I can't get back to the comments for some reason here. I'm still
I'm reading some of them. I'm not sure what that means. I see. I wonder why you are not an original singer. Guy should be an original singer. Guy is an original singer. I don't
I can't see the
understand
comments right
what
now.
that means. That's from Peyton.
Oh,
Yeah, Brennan Palm Beach says hi, Gen X. And
hey,
then,
Gen X, man.
yeah, that's it.
I'm trying to get. I had them pulled up here. I might accidentally hit something, but I'm trying to get it pulled back up here and find my. I see all my stuff there, but I don't see how to get back to. Oh well, it don't matter. I don't need. I couldn't see them. They're too small at this point anyway.
Yeah.
You know, Trying to see how hard it was, though. Like we were talking this morning, man, I was trying to see how difficult it would be to have a different area set up so that when I have, someone else, or when I have other things to try to share or to do with people, then have a different area, or be able to bring a different area, but in a organized way. And, this seems to work out well. The transition from in the studio to out here. Now I can have remote places set up.
Hmm.
So if Zach's here, or if Elevated happened to come over, or whoever might be that's close by that shows up at my house that's
Yeah.
actually here, then I can have them as part of the show, but still be in a separate area where the sound works out right, and those types of things.
Gotcha.
And it's just something different for me, man.
Yeah.
It inspires you to try something new. Um,
Absolutely.
you know,
Absolutely.
just
Yeah.
think, 3 months ago, Sean, this wouldn't have worked. We would.
And then the 3 months we put in before trying to figure
it,
it out.
I
So
mean,
like a total of 6 months to get to here. This is progress. This is what it
yeah,
looks like, folks.
yeah. Well, I mean,
Soak it
like
in. Yeah.
this learning progression, man. It's real. Like, you start learning
Oh yeah.
different techniques and different styles and different ways of being able to do stuff. It's pretty cool, man. So, yeah, man. I just wanted to come give my little remote spot
Hmm.
a little try.
Test run.
It's just something different, man. I'll give everybody. This is like looking out my window right there behind me, looking over towards my mother and father-in-law's house.
That's nice.
If
That's
you
nice
can see
view.
it, and then you can see I've been working in this spot, but right there is looking out the front
Nice.
of my house and everything. So this will be like a cool little
Yeah,
spot right here, man, to
definitely.
have.
You set that
And
up with that view behind you there, it'd be, you know what I mean? So it's nice and clear. You'd be good.
yeah,
It'd be cool.
how can you see out? I mean, I know I kind of block the area, but it
Uh,
looks like it's kind of bright.
Yeah, a bit bright.
Is it?
Like I think just the way the sun's coming in, if you like even between when you showed the first picture and the second picture, you can see the other one clear. Yeah, with the other window there.
Oh, like that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you can see all
Okay.
the greenery there, super, super clear. Yeah.
Okay, well then
Yeah.
I'll keep that in mind, because it just so happens that we're facing due east right here,
Mm-hmm.
so the sun, especially early in the morning, like you can literally watch it come up, perfect from right here.
That's amazing.
So the sun ball, I didn't think about that a little, or I didn't think about the fact that it would be so bright right
Well,
behind me.
it
But
don't look bad. Like you look good. You know what I
okay,
mean?
okay,
Like
it's not
so. No, no, no. You look
okay,
fine. It's just
okay,
you behind you. They kind of almost looks like snow behind you on a tree, which is
okay.
cool. So like I mean,
Okay.
optical
Well, cool.
perception. Yeah,
Cool then.
yeah.
I didn't know exactly what to expect. Trying a little something, and using these, I didn't know. You know how sometimes, man, you think you got the settings right, but then you can't hear, or people can't hear you. You're on here talking for 30 minutes and nobody can
Mm-hmm.
even hear you. Oh,
Yeah.
so I
Oh
didn't
yeah.
know,
Yeah, yeah.
but cool
No,
deal,
you got to
man.
check it out. Well, Brendan from Palm Beach says, you guys are getting better all the time. I love it. Thank you, man. We
Thanks.
appreciate that. And Peyton's saying that you should start a channel for your Vivo channel for your music.
Well, just so you know, Peyton, I did
Mm,
open a DistroKid account, and
yeah,
I will have my first song on there this week.
nice.
So you will be able to find my music through DistroKid. Um,
Which will put
and
you on all the platforms: Apple, Spotify, YouTube. That's the same.
I just
Yeah.
have a few little things that I need to tighten up, as far as I just got a few little things that I could use a little help on, but I just ain't found the answer yet. I've been looking, but I will. And it's but either which way, yeah, it's going to be on there this week, whether I can get
Nice.
it perfect or not get it perfect. I've been trying to figure out how to tighten the sound up and all this kind of stuff, and I've just about came to the conclusion to set my phone up, get in my studio in there, wait for it to be nice and quiet, maybe send Buggy on a squirrel hunt somewhere on the other side of the
Mm-hmm.
yard, so that you
Yep.
don't have a bunch of buggy barks in the middle of it, and just go after it, man. Because some of the programs and stuff, I'm getting better at it, and I'm starting to get a handle on it. But I ain't
Hmm.
found the one that works for me yet. That's like, okay, this
That's the
is, you know,
trick. You gotta find, especially with sound, with music. Like I found like I use Logic on here, which is like,
is
you're
it
working with.
super easy? Like, like, is it
It's
really?
it's it's pretty. Yeah, I guess it depends on your background, like on like what you're used to doing. But
Right. Well, let's think
even
crayons. Let's think crayons.
okay. Well, it's easy to record a track, and then like after like you get a nice clean sound, right?
Yeah.
So that's the first part that's important. Like, because if that sound's not clean, everything you do to it after is just going to be trying to make it sound like what it's not, and you won't be happy.
Right.
So you get a clean sound coming in, and the nice thing about it is they do have an AI mastering tool. So like that will take your song that might sound kind of thin on the phone and it'll make it sound wide. You can add a double track so like it gives that left
Okay.
and right, and
Well, we
I
may
mean
have to talk about
you
that.
could send to me, and I could send it back to you and just be like, here's what I did quick, and like, you know
All
what I
right, well,
mean?
after
Or
we get done, let's talk
yeah.
about it because I have, obviously, as you know, man, if whenever I want to put the track down, I can get in there and put it down. And I've
Yep.
put a couple down and I've
Yep.
played with a couple different things, but it just hasn't, like I say, I've been able to come up with better just by getting my phone in there where I've
Mm-hmm.
already messed with it enough to know exactly where to set. I set my phone in the corner because it's my
Yep.
theory. If I sing into that corner, then it
Yep.
creates that solid
That's
sound at
that's a
the
good
phone.
theory.
And
Yep, you're right.
whether that's
Yep.
true, I don't know, but that's what I do. And my stuff seems to sound okay. Uh, at least my later stuff. The first few things I did didn't sound so good, but now when I sit down in there, I'm fairly pleased with it. But these things that I've had to try to work with it on just haven't made it any better. It's like, man, I could do better just by just getting everything right and going in there by myself and doing it. So yeah, we might we'll talk about that after the show. But Sean, my battery's dying, which is
Okay.
fine. Why
Yep.
don't you you can either pull yourself up full screen or a commercial or whatever, and then I'll get
Mm-hmm.
myself back in my studio in there, and
Oh, that
that way my
sounds
phone
good.
doesn't wind up dying. But yeah, man, good vibes. Good job, everybody, man. Thanks for letting me try this little new thing out, and Sean working with me there, getting it right. But all right, brother, I'm gonna close myself down, and then you do
Sounds
as you
good.
feel led, and I'll be back in the studio in a second, man.
All right, we'll be with you guys here in a moment.
Just so many miles between us, there can be so many more. Been so long since I've seen you, some I've never seen before. Well, I make a promise to myself, God knows I'll keep. I won't let the miles between us be so long in between. It's worth every rest stop, and Daddy, I need to pee, so my son can be around the ones that mean so much to me. Well, I want him to know you and love you all just like me. I won't let the miles between us be so long in between. As the miles go by, my mind begins to go to the memories I've made from so many years ago. And I make a promise to myself, God knows I'll keep. I won't let the miles between us be so long in between. It's worth every rest stop, and Daddy, I need to be, so my son can be around the ones that mean so much to me. Well, I want him to know you and love you all just like me. I won't let the miles between us be so long in between. I won't let the miles between us be so long in between. All right, man. Outstanding job. Outstanding, Sean. Appreciate you letting me give that a little try here.
I seen some questions or suggestions.
Okay. Yeah, I
Peyton
couldn't
was
see the comments out there,
no.
guys, so I'm
So
gonna catch up.
I know what you're talking about, Peyton. I find for myself, like instead of doing, because that's kind of how I started when I started doing audio recording. I would take like pieces of stuff and then you'd section it together. I know the programs you can use now are a lot better, but personally myself, I like playing the song all the way through. And then, you know, if I want to thicken it up or add to it, excuse me, I'll add like you just take the original track, double it up, right? And set it at a
Right,
different volume, pan it a bit.
right.
So I come more from that background, but I do want to start trying some stuff with older songs that I have that I just don't have the time to do the videography for, which I know like me and you had talked about before. So still using like your original music, but letting the program create the video for it, like what Tommy did with Run 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 or whatever.
Yeah.
So, but when it comes to the recording itself, as long as you got the clean in, then you can do pretty much anything with it. When you start piecing together, it can be tricky because
Yeah.
sometimes you get little clicks and stuff like, yeah, like almost like the reel to reel. If you remember, like recording on reel to reel, like
Mm,
if there was a section that was wrong, the guy could clip it out and then he would just take the initial part and put that in and tape it and play it, right?
yeah.
So,
Well, when I
yeah.
went, I kind of am familiar with the way that studios used to do it as far as, several years back, just because I did, go in the studio and do some work. And I know that the very first time that I laid a song down, then he set a mic up. He was like, because I didn't have no instruments yet at that time other than guitar and could sing the song.
Yeah.
And I played it, and then we took my drummer went down, me, my drummer, my bass player, and my lead guitarist. We all went down, and then they all did their parts.
Yeah,
Dano sat,
track over
Dano
like,
done the drums over
hmm
the track that I put down,
yep.
got it where he felt good about it, and then or the and then the bass, and then I don't remember what order, but anyway, they put their tracks down. It was all separate stuff, but that was in a studio. You know what I mean?
Yep.
That was like a dude had
N-
all this other crap and all. You know what I'm saying?
Now you can literally, okay, so with the program I'm telling you about, you can go in there and pick you think of the style of drumming, right? Like whether you want brushing or whatever you want, right? And
Right,
you can
right.
click on that, it says AI drummer, and then you go under timing to auto. So
Mm,
as you're playing, this thing starts drumming along with you. You can have a bass in there, you can do whatever now. So like as opposed to like how we used to do it, which was a ghost track, right? So you'd put down a guitar track
mm,
for the drummer, then he'd lay
mm.
the beat and then the bass, and then it's the same idea. You can just do it so much faster now.
Okay.
And you don't
Well, that
need,
was the only reason I
yeah.
haven't loaded up my first song yet is because I had tried a couple different things and I'm new to like all the
Mm,
recording stuff. I mean, I
yeah.
know how to set my phone up these days to make a decent
Hmm.
recording. I can do
Yep.
that pretty good just because I've done it. I've done it a lot here,
Yeah.
in the last little while. But man, I tried to like take and like what shit, what was the name of that thing? Waveform. I
Hmm.
opened up it, and I mean, I can, trying to learn to use it and everything.
Hmm.
But I mean, honestly, what I was able to get done through it, I could have done right here on my phone, and done
Dude,
just as good. And
even like there's like depending on what editing program you're using, there's you can load your song in there, right? Like just record it on your phone like how you do it. I've done this a bunch of times because it's all like for the amount of time it takes me to do it. Unless I want backing music, I'll do it the way I'm going to tell you right now. So I'll record it on the phone like you're saying, then I'll load it into CapCut. And then under there, if you go up to like audio, it'll have like speed and then effects and stuff like that. If
Yeah.
you click on that and start just going through the different effects, like
Mm-hmm.
your song will pop. It'll sound super full, or it'll sound like it's in more of a reverby area. And you just mess with it till you find your one that you like. Once you get it, save that preset every time you record a song. You just
Okay.
put that preset on it and you'll have that nice across the board sound, right?
Through the
So yeah.
CapCut.
Yep, through or whatever you're using. Like I'm
Is
pretty
that
sure they
the? I
all
mean, is that a paid version of it, or is that just something you? I mean,
I have the paid version of it. Yeah, I think it's like 16.95 a month, but I mean, I'm
yeah,
pretty sure any editor program that you use, like even the free ones, they'll have like so many of them, right? And you pay for
yeah.
it, then you get like maybe 10 more or something like that.
Okay.
But there's usually something that's workable, right? Like
Okay.
and you can just adjust sliders. That's all you do.
Because
You
I
just
mean,
like
I've got CapCut. I don't have no paid version or nothing like
well,
that, but I
just
got it.
try it out, man. Yeah,
Yeah.
you should try it out. There's a couple on there that are perfect for acoustic. Like there's one that's
Well,
called
see,
Street
there's.
Anthem.
I would like to be able to, be able to learn to add stuff to it. Like be able to
Yeah,
add bass lines and drums and things like that.
that you're gonna need if you want to do that yourself. Then you'd be working with more like Logic, or if you're on a PC, Cubase or whatever their equivalent. I don't know if they have like a GarageBand for PC, but GarageBand and
No,
Logic are
there's
basically
no
the
one
same
for
thing.
PC. There's one for iPad and iPhone, but
Yeah,
there's not one
even
for
your iPhone has GarageBand, and you
yeah,
can
yeah,
add all that stuff in there. But it's kind of hard on the phone because it's small, and I
yeah.
don't know. But you can do it. It just takes a bit of time. Some people get it right away. Like for me, I liked working off the computer, and well, basically everything I have now is just a compact version of like what you were paying to
I
go
don't
to a
have
studio
CapCut
for
on my
before.
computer. All the
No
CapCut work I've done so far has been right through the
phone.
right, yeah, right
Oh
through the
well, then
phone.
perfect. You got everything in the same place, so you can
I,
just boom
I'm sure.
boom and be done.
It
Yeah.
seems like it. I mean, if I knew what, yeah, I'm gonna play with it because I've promised myself I'm gonna put one on there this week, and I was just I'm not gonna edit myself to death or nothing and like not put nothing out. I'll just go ahead and record it on the phone and put it out there because that's just the way I
Mm-hmm.
feel about it. I'm not,
Sure.
because you'll
Yeah.
bellyache over it too. Like for me, I'll wind up worried, like worrying over too much. But yeah, man. All right. Well, shout out to you,
Yep.
man. I appreciate it. We'll talk after. We'll talk after about that and see
Absolutely.
see
Yeah.
what we can do with that. Cause I
We'll
I
do an
do.
audio video segment here one day.
Yeah.
We'll show you the other way before AI starts taking everything over.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I'm learning about it though. I mean, it's getting a
Yeah.
little easier to use some of these things. I'm just, I'm slow when it comes to this stuff. There's some things I'm your guy. I can do, but then there's something that takes me so long to be able to learn, and this
Hey,
is
Big
one of
Jack. I
them.
see Big Jack down there. Good to see you too, man. I tuned in a bit there the other night. Unfortunately, I couldn't be there. I'm still dealing with. That's why you see I don't have this or this way. I got to keep this can off my ear, just to get this cleared out, which is why I'm sniffling and everything. But hopefully, I'm not talking too loud or low. I don't
Nah,
know.
you sound
It's hard.
fine.
It's hard to hear. It's just like you hear that echo in your head. You know what I mean? I don't know
Mm-hmm.
if you've ever heard that. Anyway, we're getting better. Weather's coming, so good
That's
weather's
right.
here. Gonna get out and
That's
bake
right.
it out of
Good
me.
weather. Good
Yeah.
weather. That's what I'm talking about. Good morning, Big Jack. Good morning, man. Good show the other night, man. Good show. We be jamming. Uh, awesome. Way to go. Brandon at Palm Beach. That's when that says he's scared of as scared of AI as an artist. Yeah, there's some things
Uh-huh.
about it that bothers me, but my theory is that it's like if you can use the tools that's at hand, that's cool. All I say is just give proper dues. Like don't you
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
because it's hard to write a song sometimes from scratch. I mean, a real song where you're the one that does
Everything.
the words and
Yeah.
the music work and everything. And I just say that if you're going to use AI, that's awesome. Just don't claim it as it was a personal work. Just say that
Ye-
with the help of AI, I did this or this or whatever, and I say that that's awesome. Like there's
Yeah.
nothing wrong with that. But what I don't like is for people to try to create like
false
somehow
narrative
they did,
almost.
like somehow they wrote this or whatever,
Yeah.
because I mean, if you want to do that, that's fine, but I don't think that that's the right way to go, because it takes,
I
you
would
know,
not say it's the same at all. You know what I mean? Like, I
it's
mean,
not.
writing. I'm not going to say writing words out and stuff like that is an easy thing to do either. But yeah, like to take it from that you're creating the music and you're doing the words and you're doing like that's different than because I mean I see people cracking out songs in like 30
Yeah.
seconds. I'm like, man, I, like
Well, you putting a thought into Chat GBT is cool, and
yeah,
it writes you a song. That's great. Just give the due that Chat GBT helped,
yeah,
come up with
yeah,
this song. Don't say I wrote this song, because no, you wrote the idea. Because
yeah.
sometimes I have great ideas, I think, but you can't turn it in a song. For me, there'll be
Mm,
times where it's like that phrase, it's a great phrase, or it's a great title, or
but
it's a
I
great,
got
but
nothing to
it's like,
rhyme with it.
man,
Yeah, or
it
whatever.
won't, yeah, it won't go in there. It just won't go into a
Yeah.
song. So, man, but that's okay with me. I'm not, like I say, I don't care that it's not even competition to me, because my writing is just a personal thing.
Yeah.
It's like I
Yeah.
do it just because it's an
And
outlet for me.
I enjoy the process. Like, you know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like it's like, okay, I got it down and now I want to make it whatever, right? Like now I like doing that, which is why I haven't got into the AI thing, because I think just like I do want to do it again and mention it for videos, but not for doing anything with the music per se. So I gotta see how that works because
yeah,
I have noticed like you mentioned DistroKid and like you'll master something up and like that's one thing that I noticed you have to watch between programs because it'll sound really good on maybe three devices, but once you go through them for some reason, like I noticed a lot of my stuff felt like it was stepped down, like quality wise. But they got that straightened out. That was at the beginning because I started with them like 6, 7 months ago, I think, right? So but I seen Desi say something. I think it was Desi or no, Rick was like, "Be careful with DistroKid." It was a few comments back.
yeah. Well, I
Yeah,
mean, on all of them, I found things that you got to be mindful of, and
yeah,
I mean, as a small time artist, I got to just go with what didn't cost me much to do.
mm-hmm,
And I got proof that anything that I've ever wrote is mine long before I put it on there. And that's the best right now. I'm not making nothing.
mm-hmm.
So I can keep them in my pocket for another 15 years and not make nothing. Or I can just go ahead and put
Exactly.
them up there and say, hey, if you'll send me a couple bucks, cool. Because
Yep.
right now I ain't making, no, I've had these songs, some of these songs have been in my pocket for 15 and
20
20
plus
years. Why
years,
not?
man. Yep.
Why not share them out?
Well,
I got a
that's the
family that could
thing.
use a couple extra bucks, you know?
Yeah, and
Like,
like I know I've heard different stuff where they're like, oh, they own your intellectual property, but like you just said, it's like, well,
man, when you put something out
it's
here on
not doing
YouTube,
any good to me just
it's,
sitting up here. Like, I might
yeah,
as well be pumping it out. So,
that's how I feel about it, man. At
yeah.
this point, that's what made me change my mind about everything just, 6 or 8 months ago was like, man, I'm not getting any younger and I'm not
No.
learning anything new. I got to try something new. And then this comes available and I start seeing that I enjoy it. And then it's like, okay, you start seeing other people's putting their stuff out. Well, this poor guy's got to figure out a way to put his stuff out too.
Yeah,
Just has the
I
copyright
see
fingerprint it.
yeah, the copyright
Yeah.
thing, I'm gonna tell you, is very complicated on the internet.
Yeah.
With the way the traditional copyright law read, right? So like back but when things were analog and you physically had the cassette or the master, then you didn't have much room to argue because all you'd have to do is, okay, when was this produced? And all right, this is your property. This person did or they did not, break a copyright law.
Right.
Problem with digital is that you don't have that stamp. So unless you're stamping yourself, which means like you're recording it and then you can mail it to yourself. There's different ways you can do it.
Mm.
But I mean, really, again, I wouldn't worry
Man,
about that too
everything we put
much.
out here
You know what I
is like,
mean? Like, yeah,
dude,
I wouldn't.
I'm not gonna swamp myself in with that.
No.
I have done that to myself for the past 20 years. Uh, I got all my stuff is on my phone,
Yeah.
and and I in my head. A lot of them ain't even on my phone, other than the ones I've recorded for
Mm-hmm.
YouTube. But I do have I do have proof of them being mine as far as that goes.
Exactly.
And it's my understanding that once you record it and everything, that kind of dates it as it is.
Oh yeah, the file
So,
has a date, a
you know,
time, everything on top of
I
it, right?
once
So
again, I ain't making $1 right now on it. And I ain't made a
everything
dollar
is
for
for
20
sale till
years.
we make dollars. That's what we're getting at.
Yeah. Yeah.
Everything.
I'm gonna put
We're
a
gonna flood
couple
the
out
market.
there.
We're gonna flood
I'm
the
not gonna
market.
dump my life's work out there or nothing, but I'm gonna put me a couple out there just in case.
I'm gonna
What if
dump a
they want to
decade at
send
a
me?
time. I got 3 decades I can dump, so I'm just gonna dump 1 decade at a time.
Yeah, yeah,
Apparently
man.
the 90s are coming back, so I'm going back to that catalog. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I do have an idea of the copyright process, and
Yeah.
I think it's always good to make sure you have yourself backed up. I would definitely
In
say
every
that, but
situation. Yeah.
yeah, it's definitely good. But I also know that there's other ways that in the court of law that I can show proof if I ever need to,
Oh yeah,
if
for
that's
sure.
what, there's other ways to say, now wait a minute, I can test that.
Yeah.
So, you
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
that's one of those
Well, I'm
things.
glad they're only concerned about you copyrighting your music. Nobody I just
I
guy,
think
make
it's just
sure
a
you
point of,
copyright your music.
I think it's
Make
just
sure
a
you
point of
copyright it.
we all need to make sure that we
Yeah.
copyright. If you're gonna
Protect
worry
yourself.
about, for me, there's a couple songs that I'm gonna put out there and just see what happens. And if I do have any issues like that, then that would be
Mm-hmm.
okay. But once again, I haven't made $1. They've been in my pocket for 20 years. So if somebody, it's
Tell,
like, I
tell,
hope
tell. Buy
right
low,
now,
sell
if
high,
you wanted,
man.
if you wanted to split what I've got out of it, you'd have to just take a half a piece of paper and some
A
words,
couple
because that's all.
blueberries and some granola, and that's about the end of her.
It's cost me to play them. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
cost,
yeah,
ain't
that's
got
true.
paid yet.
Yeah.
It's cost me a fortune to play my songs over the years.
Yeah, that is fair. That's a fair assessment. Yeah,
Yeah.
you add up all that time trucking, lugging gear around, going to gigs, and then you figured it out. And be like, how much food's left in that cooler? It's like half a cheese sandwich. It's
Yeah.
like, all
There
right, we
ain't
gotta make another 500
nothing.
miles.
There ain't nothing left in there. That's what's left. And we ain't got nothing to buy nothing with.
No,
But nah, just
Yeah.
it feels like the next little try for something. And
Oh,
and
for
once
sure.
again, I appreciate everybody thinking about that for us, because it really is important. I mean, protect yourself how you feel good about. Do it to whatever level you feel good about.
That's what I
And I
thought too.
don't even like to suggest I know anything about law, but I do know that I've looked in enough to know that there's a few certain things I can make sure I do
Mm-hmm.
that at
Yeah.
least if I have to battle it,
Yeah.
then I do have some,
Keep your
like,
like Desi said, like, make sure you have your digital stamp, and I'll add to that, like, get an external drive or a USB drive and make sure that you got a backup. Like, I back everything. I never used to do that, which was a really bad habit to be into, because you could be halfway through a project, and if the program crashes or whatever, like, you lose everything, right?
yeah,
So then you just lose your mind for a couple of months and try again.
yeah.
That's like-
Brandon of Palm Beach says protection was never my strong suit. 4 kids
Yeah.
to prove it.
Never as much fun. That's the thing, right?
Shout out to you, Brandon of Palm Beach. I
Well.
understand the dilemma.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Lots
man.
of people are finding out recently they have children in their like teens and 20s.
Fun.
And it's
Yeah,
not just
man, it's
guy.
fun stuff, bud.
Yeah.
Fun stuff. Song ID is protection mainly, is what Brother Desi says, as long as you can prove digital date mode. But like I say, anything anything should be better than, for me right now, anything I try is better than what I have been doing. And
Well-
Desi says DistroKid should
Should
be
give
giving
you
you.
a
I have
song,
never
yeah.
put one up yet, Brother
Yeah.
Desi. This will be my first one. I just opened the account.
You'll have all your
Saturday,
stuff, and you'll
Friday.
have a number and all that stuff
Okay.
registered with it. So
Okay.
I mean, it's
Okay.
not like I found like it doesn't even matter if we're talking about music. Like, even YouTube in general, like, yeah, how many conversations have we had about this copyright stuff? And like we talked to like lawyers, because Mac's a
Yeah,
lawyer,
no,
and we've
and
talked to other
nobody.
people, and nobody knows. They're
No,
like,
I know.
It's like this here, and like it was cut and dry, but now it's this." And I'm like, well, I'm not gonna worry about all that. All I know is I get throw this stuff on DistroKid. They throw it to 50 or however many platforms it is they throw it to. Let them throw it. You know what I mean? I
Yeah,
don't have to do
yeah,
that. It's
man.
not like uploading to all these places, which you can't do anyway if you're not part of it.
Right
So,
now, if I get 1 penny, I make 100% more than what I ever have.
well, there you go, right?
Okay,
So, you know, you know,
so that's just the way I feel about it at this point in the game.
yeah,
And it's just another avenue. It's like this, guys. Cost me
yeah,
less than $100 to give it
mm-hmm,
a try, see what
yeah,
happens, and
mm-hmm,
at least it's just something else, another way to make you inspire you, I guess would be the right
mm-hmm,
word, to
mm-hmm,
inspire something different, to try something different and see what you can do and make yourself better. Because for me, if I'm gonna put stuff out there, I'm gonna try my best to do, good stuff. So it gives you that motivation to try a little harder. Maybe I can recommend a good book, All You Need to Know About the Music Business by Donald S. Passman. Elevated Einstein, my brother from the street,
mm-hmm,
says I can recommend a good book, All You Need to Know About the Music Business by Donald S. Passman. Well, then I encourage anybody that might
yep,
be looking into those types of things. Hey, any information you can find for yourself is good information that you can
mm-hmm,
identify and say, okay, 100%, I just seen that, read that, know that, and then for sure.
yeah, yeah.
It goes
Just
over
don't
all
let it
that.
hold you up. Like, because I mean, I
That's
know
right, man.
I know I did that myself. Like, I started putting stuff out on it. It was doing pretty well, and then I heard a bunch of different stuff from like, armchair know-it-alls, as I like to call it. And it's like, oh, you can't, you can't, you can't. I'm like, well, there's not really another mechanism I can use. Like, it's not like the lesser of two evils, but for me personally, I don't really care. Like it's more about getting it out there, and if you like it, you like it.
Sharing
If
your
you
music,
don't, you
man.
don't. Like,
Yep.
and if dollars come with that later, who cares? Although, like, I mean, not who cares. I mean, that would be great, but that's not the primary focus. At least
At
it's
this
never
point in the
been.
game, I ain't
It's
made a
never really
dollar,
been.
so it's
No,
like
I'll
I've
take
been
any
doing it,
dollar you give me.
you know.
Like,
And
whatever you
we
want.
both know that the exposure in some ways means more than any 35 cents
That's
somebody
that's
might spend
that's
on a
what you're
song.
after, because like
Um,
once they start
you
linking you
know,
up to other stuff and whatever, you'll
it's
start
I'm
seeing
waiting on that call
fluctuations with
from
it.
somebody say, "Hey, you want to open for us, man? We see that you like to do music. You want to put
Yeah.
8 or 10 songs, or not 8 or 10, but 2 or 3 songs together and open a show for us or something," and be like, "Yup, I sure
No, you
do.
never know.
I sure do." Well, how else do small artists start spreading their wings a little bit other than to start sharing on YouTube, get on get on other things where people see you and they like,
Yep.
okay, well,
Yep.
that would be, I could see
Hmm.
where that could fit into our show, or that could fit into our audience somehow. And that's, hey, I'll
Yep.
take, little offers, to come bring my little guitar and sing a song or two for somebody. You never know what's there. So
You
for
do
me,
never
it's
know,
like
man. Yeah. You're
you're
better
sitting
to
here
take a shot in
anyway.
the dark than waiting around doing nothing. You know what I
You're
mean?
sitting here anyway. It's like,
Yeah. You're gonna
you're
do
on
it.
here, so why not put it on other things where maybe you'll get, you
Yeah.
never know. Somebody might drop in your email, "Hey, bro, got a little show in
Yep.
such and such town. It ain't but an hour from you. Do you want to come and, fit?" Yep,
Britney
sure
Spears
do.
wants to buy one of your songs.
Hey,
Oh,
Brittany,
well, you
yeah,
can have
hey,
it. Where do I
yep,
sign?
yep, yep.
It's all yours.
You tell her
Good
I
luck.
love her.
I
You
love
tell
your
her I
knife
love her.
fighting. I love your knife fighting, dancing,
Yeah,
whatever it is you're doing.
I love
Keep it
all of
up.
it.
Great work.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. I'm your guy.
Yeah. Whatever you
But
need, whenever you need
yeah,
it. Yeah.
yeah. But I've actually heard people say that, like, like out towards the coast and places like that, that
Hmm.
songwriters and singers and performers that are small performers, that they can do, okay, on a night or a weekend or
Mm,
whatever.
I'll
I'd
tell
go for the
you,
right opportunity to sit and jam for a couple hours for people. Yeah, I
man,
would go.
when I was
Why
about
wouldn't
25 years old, I went up to LA with the band we were in at the time, and the fella said, you know, come on down and we're gonna meet this guy. And I knew he was a player, but I didn't know like what to expect. Like, you know what I mean? I'd never been to LA before. And we go to these big like houses in Beverly Hills, right? And we walk in, and the guy's super nice. And the drummer that was with us at the time was dating his daughter. So we got to talking about 3 hours in. I'm trying to, you know, hold my tongue and be like, man, how do you afford all this? Like, you know what I mean? Like, how are you living this life? And he's like, well, he's like, all I do is like, I write songs. And then he started to name some of the names, right? Like, he wrote a couple songs for the Stones. He wrote songs for Aerosmith. Like, he was probably about 65 when I met him back then. But, you know, that's how he made his money. And then he just did what he wanted on the side and didn't care if anybody liked it, didn't like it. He's like, I don't care. Look what I got here, you know? And I find for artists, like for myself, I'll speak for myself. That was something I struggled with, where it's like, no, if it's not represented, like, or whatever kind of things you can get going in your head. But now it's like, man, that was an avenue I should have, and, you know, I will continue to work on, because who cares who puts it out? Like, you know what I mean? Like, maybe you hear it and you're like, that's good, but it'd be better if a woman was singing it, or it'd be better if whatever, in a different version, different style. So yeah, I mean, why not put yourself out there? And
man.
If you got a skill set, use it, man. That's why you have those skills, right? So
yeah, and especially if that skill set falls in line with something that you truly do love. It's like, you know, if you can figure out a way to put, you know what, it's more than put $1 or $2 in my pocket, but just go have fun and like have something that's productive.
Spread
like,
that around.
you
Like,
know?
you know what I mean? Like, you wrote it because it meant something to you, and if somebody else can take it to another level, I'm all about that. So go for it.
I love hearing what other people hear in a song that I wrote. I
Yeah,
love
me
to
too.
hear that.
Yeah, that's one of my
it's
favorite things.
It's really cool. It's
Yeah.
like, I didn't hear it that way, but that's cool. Or then sometimes you'll hear people do versions or something, and you'll be like, I don't know, I don't really care for that one. Oh, wow.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
but, you know,
for sure.
good
But
job.
yeah, I agree, Brandon. Sorry, yeah. If you do what you love, you never work a day in your life. It's
100%.
absolutely
100%,
true.
man.
I agree with that. Yep.
100% with that, man. 100%, man. Good job, guys. Good job. Good conversation, man. That's
Yes, sir.
it's always good to throw ideas out at each other, and like this, just, I mean, hey, saying it out of care, like, hey man, don't get your stuff. I get it. I do get it, and I appreciate everybody throw that out there. But I mean, from my angle too, it's like, okay, well, I've got it. At least I could argue it a little bit. And from this standpoint, I ain't never made no money with it. It ain't never made me nothing for the past 20 years being in my pocket.
Well,
so I might
I
as
mean,
well-
like, I mean, you wrote stuff because you want to share it with people. Like, that's
Yeah.
how, like, I am. Like, I can play it here all day by myself, but like, I mean, okay,
You
that's
share it
fun.
on YouTube for free.
Yeah, exactly, man. So, like, whatever. Like, I'm not. Yeah, I had to get over that.
You
I
know,
had to get over that. Yeah.
I mean, that's how I feel. It's like it's out there on YouTube for free, so I might as well put it somewhere where somebody can
If it's on
accidentally drop me
YouTube,
$1
I mean,
for it.
yeah, anybody can, you know what I mean? Like, you can just, whatever you
Hell
can
yeah.
use, you can do whatever you want with it. And I don't even
Yeah.
care about that. If you want to
Yeah.
use it, go to town, go nuts. It's
Yeah.
awesome. It's more publicity, right?
Yeah.
Or whatever you want to
Go
call it.
play it out in the street corner. That's cool.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah,
Sing from the
man.
top of your lungs.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I'm with you on that, Brandon. If you're doing something you love, you never work a day in your life, and that is 1,000%. You know, and that's basically what I've told you guys all along. This is something that I didn't even know that I like doing, but now that I do it, I enjoy being on here. Otherwise, I just wouldn't do it.
Nope.
Wouldn't do it. Why would I do something that makes me miserable? I ain't.
No.
ain't gonna do it.
And that kind of comes to the next comment that he dropped. He's like, from Brandon, he's like, I feel sorry for people who work jobs that they hate.
Look at Big Jack in the house. Big
yeah.
Jack jumped in. He said, "You always have a place to share it. The last Saturday of the month, we be jamming.
Drop.
Last Saturday of the month, we be."
There you
Hey,
go.
that was
There
perfect.
you go.
That was a perfect little segue.
It's like you were
It was
timing
like-
that, man. That was
I
excellent.
can see him in there sneaking that one in, like,
It's like
I got it.
right now. Yeah,
Yeah.
perfect.
That was
Good
perfect.
job. Good job.
Yeah,
But yeah,
he's
some
like,
people do go through, you know, like I know people like that are really unhappy with where they're at in life. And
Oh,
yeah, and then you know, but like I've also been there too. And like sometimes it's not easy to just snap your finger. Like I was never the kind of person who could not have a job. So like
right.
even if I didn't like that job, like you know what I mean?
Gotta
Like
have
you
something.
needed to have income, you don't leave it till you got another one, right? And sometimes you can get stuck in that, but you know, you gotta figure out a way out, and that's just kind of like this. You figure out a way to get to here, and that's by
Yeah.
trying and pushing yourself and
Yeah. Pushing it, getting
embracing
outside your
change, not
comfort.
not being scared of change. You know what I mean? Like, because
Yeah.
if you're to the point where you're going to say you hate what you do, then I would suggest that you start looking
Go
at
find
making a
something
change.
else.
Yeah, exactly.
Go find
Exactly.
something you hate less
Well,
to do.
that's a strong word. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
until you
But
find
yeah.
something you love, just keep finding something you hate less until you
Yeah,
get
and
to the love
eventually
part.
you'll. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's right. That's
you
right.
know.
Love will
Yeah,
break
Brandon, send it to me.
through.
If you want me to try to put some or music to it, I would try. I
There
mean,
you go.
I don't mind to try for you. See what happens. It'd be a fun project.
Mm-hmm.
I can put a guitar. I say music. I can put a guitar and maybe sing behind it. Miss Luciana says she has a lot of songs inside of me too. Hey, I think yeah, man, and it's funny as a writer, I'll have lulls where I can't, where it seems like words just I hear I'll put good chord progressions down,
Yeah.
and I can hear pieces of things, but I can't get the whole thing. And then there's times where that I'll get song after song after song, just
Mm-hmm.
repeat over and over and over for a while, and it's almost like you have to give yourself time to live through some stuff,
Yep.
get some experiences under you, and then have
Yep.
something to come back at again, that's
Mm-hmm.
different or fresh and new. So,
Or just take a
uh,
break. Take a break. You know
yeah,
what I mean?
take a
Like
break,
put her
man.
down and then come back to it because you can get stuck in that for sure.
Yeah,
But
you can't. And I tell you, when you write
yeah.
a new song and you're going to be performing it, you'll
Mm.
play it so much that your sound will get stuck there sometimes.
Yep.
And it's best
Yep.
to just get away from it for a little
Yep.
bit. And
Exactly.
don't even play that no more for a
No.
little
Put
while.
it in a
And
box for a while and
just
yeah.
don't even mess with that one,
No.
because I found that with myself when I went through about a year's time where, man, I put so many songs that it was just unbelievable how many songs came out.
Mm-hmm.
But I found at the end of that little journey, a lot of my stuff was starting to get
Sound all kind
a
of straight
particular
across. Yeah.
progression to it. And that's
Mm-hmm.
when I was like, okay, and a lot of these songs I play for you guys now are songs that I stopped messing with because it was like they were at a point in my life, they were coming so fast for me that I felt like, man, that was sounding a lot like the other one, and then this one was sounding like that one. But then when you play them for other people, to them it's completely different. But for you,
Exactly. Yeah.
it starts becoming this, like, man, I
Mm-hmm.
feel like I'm saying the same,
Yeah. This record
this
sounds exactly like the last
yeah,
record.
yeah,
Like,
yeah,
you know
yeah.
what I
Like
mean?
it does.
Yeah.
There's nothing
Yeah.
different on. Like
Uh,
nothing saying anything.
yeah, but that's good though, because like that keeps you pushing to like be like, you know what I mean? Like, I a lot of people would ask me that when we be playing around and stuff. It's like, um, how do you keep coming up, or like how do you keep changing like the styles that you're doing? It's because I'm never satisfied with what I put out, and I'm
Mm.
like, if that day comes, it's not that I'm not happy with the song or what I wrote, but it's like I know I could do
Do
more, or I
better.
could do something. Yeah, exactly. So the day that that stops happening, that's the day I'll hang her up
Yeah,
because
your
like I think
creativity's
you
gone
just
then.
get too comfortable, or yeah, you don't have nothing coming out no more. I guess I don't know, but yeah.
Yeah, man, we'll come over and do that. Elevated. I would like to do that. We'll write. Yeah, we do a group setting writing. Oh, that would be fun, man. Melissa, Mama, how you doing? Good to see you this morning. Miss Luciana says Jelly Roll was found on YouTube. Yep, yep, he sure was. He sure was. Kaleidoscope of Happiness, Big Jack, it's me, Echo. I changed my channel name. Very good, very good. I see you guys coming in there, Brandon to Palm Beach. Hey, I see you. I see all of you guys. I appreciate y'all being here, letting us try some new things, and just enjoy the morning with us, man. It's always good vibes. It's Monday. Getting her going 11 to 1 Eastern Standard Time. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Guy and Shine, always good vibes. And as I told you guys, that, you know, always trying to add new things. I'm always trying to do something a little different for myself, not necessarily in the YouTube world. But pretty excited about this week. I've kind of been waiting on not necessarily this week, but this moment where that I knew I had a handle on some of these technology things that I knew a few months ago I needed to learn in order to be able to accomplish some of my future goals. And it's nice as a person with ADHD and fairly hyperactive, as you guys might can tell. In some ways, for me, I celebrate these small wins because it helps me start compartmentalizing things because if not, I wind up so scattered. For some people, compartmentalizing may not be good, but for me, the more compartments and the more containers that I can apply and fill up and then move to the next one, fill up, move to the next one, the better off I am. Otherwise, I wind up with a bunch of containers with a little bit in it. But with a lot to go. All of them could be filled on up, but they only got a little in it because I'd get a little in this one, and then I'd move on to the next container and fill this one up. Well, by the time I got done, I had 25 containers in my brain, but nothing filled up. So these days,
nothing completed.
These days, like for myself, I knew that I had a lot to learn about this whole tech side thing. So it was like, okay, you learn that, and then you move on to the next little something where you know that, okay, I'm ready to apply this next little skill set or whatever you want to call it, man, or whenever you just feel ready. So yeah, it's just really cool, man. But good vibes to everybody. It's Monday. What is it? It's June 2nd, ain't it?
It is the 2nd today. Yes, it is.
2nd of June, man. My daughter's birthday is this month, and see you, bud. I love you.
Love you too, Dad.
Yeah, he's walking over next door to his pop-pops, or his pawpaw's house. Tell war stories and fishing stories. But
this big.
yeah. But it's the 20. Let's see, my daughter's is the 20th, and then my dad's is the 23rd. So a couple birthdays this month.
Of June? Yeah. My man's 13th. He's born on Friday the 13th.
I feel like I'm missing. I feel like I might be missing one that. Let's see. Now, that's my daddy's and my daughter's. My daughter's is the 20th, and my dad's.
Well, you got Father's Day coming up, but I'm pretty sure you.
I think that's maybe what I was thinking of. Is there's a Father's Day in there? Yep. That's because I got to get my daddy something for Father's Day, and then his birthday is the 23rd, and I got to get my daughter something for her birthday. So, it's it seems like every month you got them lined up. It's like, man,
there's always something, man.
Just give me one month where I ain't got, there's one month where we just kind of go through the month, and there ain't no special occasion. There ain't, not that it ain't cool, but it's like, man, dang. No. Every month there's a special occasion happening. Can we all just have them all together at one time? That way I can just spend $1 million that I need to and be done.
Move on. Don't worry about it till the next year.
Man alive.
I don't know.
But it's always cool though. We do try to recognize everybody's birthday, but we don't go crazy over trying to buy everybody all kinds of craziness. I mean,
No,
the
it's not
grandkids,
like for like the little ones. Yeah, for the little ones, that's what we do too. But I mean, to go, you know what I mean? Like I learned that pretty early on, like around 30, being like spending all this money, like especially if you're working in construction, right? Because like usually January, February were going to be 2 months where you weren't going to be working a whole lot. So you go in debt, and then January you're stressing out about like whatever. So. No, change that up. And plus too, man, like less is more. Cause like we got the one, my son. So like he just gets showered and stuff, and then you start noticing like the expectation of like each one's going to be bigger than the next. And it's like, no, we got to rein this back in here a bit, because one, you don't even use half the stuff you got. It's still in boxes, right?
Man. And clothes. Like my mom and dad, and her mom and dad, and then of course me and Courtney. My son, he has never known a life where that he didn't have an abundance, but the clothes situation got ridiculous when he was just a little fella.
Yep.
It was like, guys, this stuff, he'll never have that
If
on. He'll
we
grow out
changed
of
him
that.
every single day, he would not be able to wear all these
Yeah.
clothes.
And by the time he might
You
would
know?
wear them, he'll be
Yeah.
5 sizes bigger
Yep.
than what that is. It got crazy, Sean.
Well,
It
in
was
like in the baby days, or like, you know, when they're younger, like adolescent kids, like up to 5, 6, like you always kind of have a friend or somebody who knows somebody who already had a kid. So like they're dumping like 3 bags of clothes off, and I'm like, I see how this works now. So I
Yeah.
just start dumping them off at other people's houses.
That's
Here you go.
dude. That's what
Yeah.
it kind of winds up here.
Yeah.
Is you like have this little circle of drop this off, but man, once again, it's great to see them have plenty, but at the same time, it gets to be a little much, especially with the toys and man, we
Mhm.
lived in a little old single wide trailer out the road here, right behind the little store down the road, and man, it was a little old tiny thing before we moved up here to where we're at, and man, there was so much crap. This kid, it was like, man, there ain't no room in this little trailer for all this. I mean, playhouses and Tonka trucks and
Oh yeah.
I mean, it was
Oh,
like,
yeah.
dude, it spilled out of his
A
room into the spare
minefield.
bedroom,
A
from the spare
minefield.
bedroom
Yeah.
into the
Yeah.
living room. It's like,
Yeah.
where do me and mom get to sit down, man? Like, just one little area is all I'm asking for. They do go through some clothes, though, man, for real. Brandon the Palm Beach remix quote from 1984.
What
I
quote?
feel
I missed the quote from that. Are you
one
talking about the
world,
book,
one
Disney?
ball a day.
Oh, yeah, there you
Yeah.
go.
Indeed.
Absolutely.
Indeed. But my problem is I wouldn't have the money it costs me to get through it. It needs to be spread out for me. I gotta
Well, I think
have
that
it.
was. I think they strategically planned that. The big,
Yeah.
the big
Yeah. Because
industries.
it takes me from one time to the next to prepare for the next.
Like you get about 4 checks before we're gonna hit you again with another holiday. So
Yeah.
that works out.
Yeah, so I can save.
You know?
Let's see if I do this, and I save this, and if I, yeah, man, I know exactly what you're talking about. Step on a Lego
Oh,
with
man.
bare feet
Mm-mm,
at 2 a.m. and a back.
mm-mm,
Hey, you can
mm-mm.
break a dang hip. That ain't no kidding.
No,
That ain't no kidding. That's
No.
no lie.
no, it ain't.
That
No.
is no lie, dude. That's the most dangerous thing on the
I went through a
planet.
door here in the house because I stepped on one on a hardwood floor. It like just like you said, it was like 2 in the morning. I woke up, I was like, I'm gonna need something to eat. And I walked in and I stepped on that thing, went arse over tea kettle right through the door.
Yeah.
It was like
Miss LaShawna says, God, we all have a little ADHD. I believe that too. I believe
Oh,
that
yeah.
too. And I think that truly.
they used to call it energy, motivation, and then they call it
Well,
you
and
know.
I can honestly say now that I'm learning how to make myself focus in on items, that
Yeah.
it's getting easier. It's getting better and better.
Yeah.
That okay, you know what? That's what I have to do. I can't spread myself so thin
That's the
that I
key,
got my
man.
mind going 55 different directions. I have to like okay, get this one or two things done, and then when you if when you get that
Yep.
done, if you
Mm-hmm.
have 2 more hours, then then figure out the next 2 hours or the next whatever it is that you're doing
Yep.
because if
Know
not,
your
dude,
boundaries and keep your limits. That's what I
Dude.
say. Because like it's easy to go just go, and then you kind of burn out for a little bit, and then you're like, all right, go. And like the thing with this, because I deal with it too. I found that like that restlessness that comes like when you're not getting, you know what I mean? That is the worst. So it's like, okay, before I get to there, I'm gonna find a way. For me, it's just sitting like in the sun and breathing and relaxing, and then just focusing back in onto what I was on. Okay, let's move to that because it's so easy to be in 17 different areas, but like
Oh.
you said, not accomplish too much,
not
right?
getting nothing done.
Yeah,
Have 50
exactly.
things started and not one blasted thing
No,
accomplished in the
and
whole.
then you're just like, why am I so like? And then you get even more revved up, right? I'm like,
Oh,
oh,
you-
man. Mm.
Dude, it's tough,
It takes
but
time.
it is
Takes time
it
to
is
learn
a
how to deal with it.
workable, situation.
It can be a superpower. I always say that. Like, like that same thing. It's like if you learn to apply the focus to it and then the action behind it, you're gonna get stuff done. But you
you-
got to get started because it's easy to just spin around and you know what I mean, have great ideas, but not be making great ideas. If that makes sense.
Well, and especially when you're trying to learn new things, I'm a multitasker kind of guy. But if
Mm,
you don't have a certain skill under your belt, you have to focus in on that and learn that and know that before you can start adding other things to do
yeah.
along with it.
Oh
Uh,
yeah.
and
Or you're
and
just gonna
that's
increase
where
frustration if you don't.
oh, dude, and
Yeah.
this whole technology bit was like my barrier wall. It was like, just truly, it was not knowing, but you got to try. I mean,
Yep.
in order to know how to do anything. I hate
Yep.
computers still. I'll never like working on a computer. I will never, ever, no matter how long I live,
No.
ever want to sit behind a computer for a living. I will never want to do that. But
No.
I accept that there's certain things that I have to be able to do on this thing in order to accomplish what I do want to do. And it's like, okay, I have to do that's what you do is like, okay, I don't really like this part of it or working
But
here for a
whatever,
couple
this
hours.
gets me to my end goal, and that's what's important. You know what
Yeah,
I
because
mean?
no
So,
job you have or nothing you do, you're gonna like 1,000% of it. There's gonna
no,
be that little
no, there'll
bit.
be something that rubs you the wrong way. You know
It's
what I
something
mean?
that you hate. You
Hmm.
hate. Like I
Yeah.
hate all the plugs, dude. I hate all these plugs, all these things. There's something and all this crap right here.
Yeah.
This is all like gadgets. I got hundreds of gadgets
Mm.
that's just gadgets. They're just there.
Gadgets
Um,
and gizmos. Yeah.
I'd have a better chance at using like this thing. I think it's a computer card. It works great as a guitar pick.
Thanks to this
Has a
card.
nice little abrasive sound.
You're not supposed to use that for that. You can do
I
more
think
things
this-
with that.
I think this might go in there as some kind of thing for something else. Works great as a guitar pick. And then you got this.
Yeah.
This is another gadget that don't work with nothing that I have that it was suggested for me.
That's
But
a
it don't
splitter.
work.
It's a
Yeah, it's
splitter,
an
isn't it?
adapter. It don't
Yeah.
go with anything I have. Works great as a guitar pick. And then you got and then you got well this is okay. And then
Yeah.
this little thing like I didn't know, but this is a mini duster. You use this for like cleaning all like
That
if
looks like
if there's
something
dust right
else.
here, then you can dust that off. You see what I'm saying? Like if your lighter's dusty, you can be like, and you can dust that off.
Okay. All right.
You see
that
what I'm
seems like
saying?
a required tool to have, I guess.
Yeah, you need that. So, like, say for example, if your watch your step sign is dusty,
Yeah.
then I can just
I
dust
could
that
just-
off.
Look at that. Like basically brand new.
It's basically like new.
Yeah.
You know,
sell that.
and
Yeah.
but yeah, little things like that, like that's pretty handy. And then that was
is
pretty
actually
handy. But the other stuff, it's like worthless. I got guitar picks. Nobody needs all
Oh well.
that. You got a whole jar full of them. You know what I mean?
Those are
But-
facts. Here
know-
on the Guy and Shine Show, you will learn how to turn anything into a guitar pick Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 11 to 1 Eastern Standard Time.
You didn't know that all them were available, did you?
No,
Yeah.
I've learned something today, and that is a
Yeah.
good day. So you know.
Yeah, it's all
And
about
it's
sound.
early, and it's still early. So
It's still
We're
early. You
good.
just coming
You
at
just
you
hang in
live
there.
and
you just hang in there. It'll be
you
all right.
just hang in there.
Probably.
You never know what we might find. But because we seen Brother Jack in the house, I'm gonna shout him out once again. The We Be Jamming,
Mm-hmm.
great job the other night. Big Jack, you're doing an outstanding job. Good to be a part of it. Shout out to Heavy Hitters Band.
Yeah,
Big Jack's
absolutely.
boys a part of the band and his buddies. But they're doing a good job. They're young men coming at it, working hard. So I'm gonna push them up, and we've got a little song that Big
Putting
Jack
in
let
that
us-
work by the heavy
putting in that
hitters.
work.
We're
Yeah,
gonna
putting in
lay
that
that
work.
down right now, y'all.
I'm a little drunk right now, but you would never know it. I'm a little drunk right now, but you would never know it. I'm a little messed up, or whatever you call it. I had your number saved and I thought, well, shoot, I might as well call it. You're running still with what's your name? Yeah, sure, of course you are. See, I don't care. I met a fine girl and I hate the bore. You already know it. I'm an undiscovered poet, performer with rockstar motives. Let me tell you something that not many people have ever noticed. But I'm scared of being vulnerable. And I'm scared of commitment, but obviously, yeah, whatever. Who is it? I bet if I called you, you'll be right at my spot in about 5 minutes. And you're going to delete this voicemail. God forbid your man think I'm in it. I'll say this to me when I get up in it, but I'm a little drunk right now. But you would never know it. I'm a little drunk right now. But you would never know it. I'm a little drunk right now. Oh, I'm a little drunk right now. I know you're doing your best to, but I won't let you forget me. I know you're doing your best to, but I won't let you forget me. I want you to know I can love myself on my own, but I'm a little drunk right now. I'm a little drunk.
Yeah. Good vibes, everybody. Good to see y'all here. This is Monday. Guy and Shine, 11:01 Eastern Standard Time. Always good vibes, my friends. Always good vibes. Got everybody in the chat. Let me get over here in the comment section there. I see you, Brandon. I have the day off and going on a trip this afternoon. This is my theme song. That's
There you
awesome.
go. There you go.
Yeah, Desi drum roll right at the right time. Hey man, they got it going on for
Mhm.
real, Desi, for sure. Brandon says guitar picks 101. Indeed, you never know what you might learn here.
You
I'll
never
have to
know.
write
No.
things down and stay focused
Endless
on.
wealth of knowledge. Yep.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know.
yeah.
It's just how
Luciana,
to
Miss
get her done.
Luciana says I have to write things down and stay focused on it, or on it hard, or my mind will surely wander. Yeah, it's just the way it works. You do. You have to focus in on it, man. Brandon, he's here in the house. Appreciate you, man. Thank you very much for being here, guys. We
Absolutely.
appreciate it. Elevated Einstein in the house. Appreciate you, brother. Me and you and Zach will get together and do some writing though, whenever you want to. That'd be awesome. Big Jack in the house. Kaleidoscope in the house. That's Miss Echo. Shout out to brother Desi, Miss Luciana. I see y'all there. Appreciate you guys always. Always appreciate it. Magic Healing. There's Miss Amina. I'm getting back up through the comments. I
Oh,
see you there,
man was
Miss
here.
Amina.
Nice.
House of Mayo Gaming.
Yep.
I see you. Good to see you guys, man. I'm getting back up through the comments. Gen X in the house, brother Clint. Good to see you. Peyton Samuels in the house. Thank y'all. We appreciate it, guys. Thanks for being here. This is Guy and Shine, 11 to 1 Eastern Standard Time, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. We were just going over. This has been a pretty good show, just because there's been some education.
Education, boy.
Education
Yeah.
happened, man.
That's
And
it.
always trying to learn something new.
Yep.
Trying to add little new things and
Sharing it out as best we can. You know what I mean?
I mean, to me, that's where, like,
Yeah.
if you learn
Sharing
something,
is caring, baby. You know what
That's
I mean?
right,
Sharing
man.
is caring. That's all
I'll
I gotta
tell
say.
you for free everything I've done wrong, and then you
Why-
just do
why
opposite.
not? Yeah, you'd be
You're
fine.
winning. You're winning. I mean,
Yep, that's
that
it.
pretty much goes back. You can go back through my entire life history, and if you just do
I had
opposite
seen a
of me,
comment earlier. I can't remember. It might have been Brendan that said it. I'm not sure if I got this wrong, but I seen a comment. He's like, "Yeah, I did a live for 30 minutes, and then I realized I wasn't live." We've
Yeah.
been there, my friend.
yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah.
Go back to the early shows.
Yeah, or you're there, and you
Yeah.
think you're doing really good, and it's like,
Yeah. Exactly. How many times that happened? Yeah, so many times.
then you realize ain't nobody can hear you.
Yeah.
35 minutes later, yeah, You're like, man,
I did a whole
Really?
cast. I did this hour and a half cast of like
like,
articles and stuff, and I didn't realize when I clicked the article on. So I'm talking in the back, but it's just this picture, so the sound goes dead. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, that's frustrating. Next time we won't do that. So
No
you
doubt.
know,
No
live and
doubt.
learn.
Brandon says he's having a good time. Well, shout out to you, Brandon. We're glad you are, brother. Says, Guy and Shine, do you guys cook? I
I
do.
do.
Yep.
Yep. Yep.
Yep.
I'm a big barbecue guy. I love like I cook all seasons on the barbecue, man.
Right.
And well, you know, I'll cook in the house too, but I prefer the barbecue. It's just kind of
Yeah.
my
Pretty much
jam.
anything my mother
Yeah.
ever cooked as a youngin, as far as like home cooked meals, like, cornbread, dumplings,
Mm.
potato salad,
Yep.
all those kind of home cooked stuff, gravy, biscuits, anything like that.
Hmm.
I can pretty much accomplish. Now, do I cook all the time? No, but when I do decide to cook, I do know how to accomplish what I'm gonna do.
Yep.
But like out at the deli, we done some different home cooked meals and served them out and everything, and so I mean, I cook like I like to eat.
Yeah.
That's what I know how to cook, is the things I like to eat.
My
you know,
son says it like this. Dad's really good at taking the crappy food and making it taste good. Mom's really good at making
yeah.
the good food. I was
Add,
like, you know what?
add
I'll take
enough
that as a
sauce to
compliment, man.
it.
I tell you what, 2 packages in that crab dinner of cheese, it's gonna
Yeah,
change your world. You
yeah,
just put it in
yeah.
that other box, man.
Love Southern cuisine. Yeah, Southern cuisine is awesome. But as far as cooking, yeah, I do like to cook. But home cooked meal. I'm not a barbecue guy like Sean is. I can obviously got a little barbecue and we do like hamburgers and stuff like that on it. But as
Mhm.
far as like being big into that, I'm just not. It's just
Yeah.
well, I guess because I don't really like to eat that kind of stuff, so therefore I don't really care if
Fair
it ever
enough.
gets
Yeah.
cooked. But I can cook up a burger, I can cook up a hot dog, I can cook up a piece of chicken if I want to.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I do love like fried chicken,
Oh
like
man. Yeah.
fried chicken, real fried
Uh-huh.
chicken. I
Uh-huh.
want all the bad stuff in there with it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. None of this
I
healthy
want,
cutting
you know,
corner stuff. Give me
no.
the
Oh,
good
I don't, no,
grease.
no, no, no. Why would I go through all that? Why would I go
Yeah,
through
why would
all
I eat
that?
something that like I know is terribly delicious for me and want it to take, you know? It
Right.
never
Why
works
would I do
out
that?
fine. Well, it
Why
never
would I
works
do
out.
that?
Never tastes
That
right.
seems silly to me.
Wife
I
tries to
tell you
trick me all
something
the
though.
time.
I
Like, this is a
love.
vegetable chicken fried thing. Like, what? That doesn't make any sense.
It does. It's like what the hell?
That's
Like,
not what I
but
want.
we are big, like around here. We are big vegetable eaters, man. Like
Yeah.
through the summer, especially when you have fresh green beans and stuff like that, and onion and
Yep.
potatoes. Um, we eat a lot of those types of things. Uh, I'm not a huge meat eater anymore.
No, it's
I like
changing
it
for
okay.
it's changing for me, man. Like I find like I don't know what it is, but just the texture of like beef in general is not the same. So like
It's
what I'll
just
do is I'll take all the vegetables and potatoes or whatever, and I'll put them all like in a foil, and then I'll put them
hmm
on the barbecue for 45 minutes or so with asparagus and chicken usually. Is usually my go-to now, right?
Yeah, I like chicken pretty good. And
Yeah.
I like meat, but in small amounts, and I like fish. I love fish. One of our favorite things on the barbecue, as far as barbecue goes, is like when we go catch like fresh
Mm-hmm.
fish,
Mm-hmm.
trout or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
do our little boats. We do like take aluminum foil and you put whatever like whatever seasoning you
Yep.
like for yourself, you put it inside your aluminum foil. And I always put me a couple slices of potato in there
Yep.
and
Yep.
season it up, and then you seal them
Oh, it's
back
the
up, put a little
best.
lemon juice in it,
Yep.
seal it back up, and
Yep.
then throw it on the grill for a little while, for just a 10-15 minutes. Not even, it doesn't take long at all.
Takes a long time.
And then you got your own personal little. Then you can take like I fix me like 2 little boats. That's mine. And then
Yeah.
Guy has his couple or
Yeah.
3, and Courtney has her couple or
Well,
3.
do y'all get
And
salmon down your way?
you mean like swimming in the creek salmon?
Yeah.
No.
No, see, that's a big one up here, I like, because I'll cook that right over the fire on a cedar
Yeah,
plank,
you guys
right?
can go catch it. you can go
Yeah, you
fish
can
for
grab
it,
them right out of the water, man. They jump. You just gotta grab one and take it. Hopefully, there's no grizzly bears
See,
around.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, we
but
don't
yeah.
have. Yeah, we don't have that.
Well, you know, the great
We
Canadian
catch like
North.
trout,
Yeah.
bluegill, perch,
Sturgeon.
catfish,
Yeah.
stur.
Sturgeon?
I think you can catch sturgeon around here. Yeah. I know like in Tennessee and places like that. I think you can catch. I don't really know about that. I don't know. I don't know about that.
They're big. They're
Um,
big fellows, man.
Pike.
Pike. Yeah, we get lots of pike
muskie.
up here now too. Yeah. But pike, you cook pike?
No. I ain't.
No,
I
I
ain't
just
cooking
throw them
no-
back.
No,
No.
I ain't cooking no pike.
You're the
Only
first time
fish
ever-
that I really like out of the creeks or out of the ponds or creeks or lakes, I like the trout pretty good. And I like the bluegill pretty good.
Mm.
But as far as like I'm not gonna bones scare me, man. The bones and fish scare
Well,
me.
we
and-
grew up in that generation, man. Like where you're always hearing a story of someone got a bone stuck in their throat or like,
Oh.
whatever. I'm like, man, like
Dude.
no.
And everybody,
no.
my dad said his people used to tell him, eat a biscuit with that and you won't have to worry about it. But that's
Old
it. I
school
don't know,
remedies. Old
you
school.
know,
I
hey,
guess. I hope so.
hey, hey, I tend to lean towards a piece of bread every time I eat some fish these days. So apparently,
It's always have one hand.
made me feel better.
Well, you know,
And
most of it's believing, right?
but I do. Now that my boy's a little bit older, don't scare me so much as far as him as a kid. But even for myself, I just man, it's every time I eat fish, like I take my time and like I'm more. Even if I fillet them, man, that don't always mean there ain't no that don't that,
No.
that just means you got 90% of them out. That don't mean that you got all of them out. So that's the only bad part. But like I love tuna, and my mom will make salmon cakes. Oh, God bless America. I'm gonna tell you could hold one of them up on your forehead and your tongue would beat your brains out trying to get after it. I'm telling
sure.
you what's the truth, man. It is
Yeah.
good. My kid, back when he was just a youngin', he would get my mama up like midnight snack kind of deal. Like, Granny, will you make me some salmon cakes? Yeah, man.
Yes,
They're
I
good,
will.
though.
Of
Good
course.
Lord, they're good.
Yeah.
Golly,
the
they're
best,
good.
man.
I tell you, one of my favorite things is I love potato cakes, man.
Me
I
too.
love potato cakes,
Yeah,
man.
that's-
I love them.
Mhm.
A matter of fact, I got some mashed potatoes that Courtney fixed last night. She made pork chops and
You must
mashed
have
potatoes.
Irish in you, do you? You got Irish
And,
in you somewhere?
yeah, and
Few people that enjoy potato cakes.
I love them, man.
Yeah.
But we take and cut up onion and then add your flour and egg and all that in there, and then fry them bad boys up. Good
Yep.
gracious alive,
Oh yeah.
man.
Oh yeah.
That's about the only thing you can do with used mashed potatoes is what I call them. Leftover
man,
mashed potatoes suck as far as like to just try to heat them up.
Yeah.
You make potato cakes out of them and throw some juice, throw some some
Little bit
sparkle
of
back into
bacon
them
in
potatoes.
there and pack them babies up and
Oh,
throw them in
man.
the oven, man. A little cheese
Golly.
on top.
Oh.
Ooh,
Man,
ready to rock.
man.
Yeah.
See,
Yeah.
people just don't know.
Nah.
Us poor people know how to eat, man. We
That's
we
it.
do reuse
Yeah.
mashed potatoes where I come from.
Yes, we do.
But I love tater cakes. It's not
Oh,
like it's
they're-
like, ooh, we're having tater cakes. It's like, oh yeah, man, we're
That's a
having
funny
tater cakes, man.
thing. Like now, like leftovers was always like something to get excited for when I was a kid, right? Because I'm like, oh yeah, I'm gonna get on that as soon as I get home. And my info like wants nothing to do with anything that wasn't made that day. I'm like, boy,
Right?
you better learn here. Like this is not a 5-star hotel.
Hey, bud,
There's days you're gonna eat the same thing.
I
I
tell
just
you
make
what,
everything
man.
on Sunday, man.
I
Running
bet
all
all
week.
that'll change here by the time he hits the teenage years. He won't be able to keep
He's-
nothing in the house. He'll
He's
eat
starting to
everything.
get. He's starting to get there. It's like you do groceries and you come back to grab something for yourself, and you're like, "Where
Ain't
did
there.
everything? Hey, where did everything go?" I don't
It
know.
ain't there. I was
Well,
never
you're
a
about
food
foot
hoarder.
taller than you were earlier.
I was never one of them kind of people that was a food hoarder, but I do separate my snacks now.
Yeah.
because
Oh,
he
yeah.
will eat all my snack. I'll be like, hey, this pack right here is mine now. You
I
leave
think
this
every
one,
dad
you
has
eat
a
all the other
stash.
10 of them. But now,
You need
but
a
they're, man,
stash. At least you
dude.
at a house at home, man.
dude, like eat like a
Legit.
grown man and then
Oh,
some. Like,
yeah.
wow.
Well, he's just starting to hit into like, he'll be 10 here in October, but like he's growing fast. He's growing like, you know what I mean, big. So, and you're also starting to notice some of the, what shall I say, the character trait changes, right? Where it's not such a, okay, the little kid phase is gone and now it's starting to
Yeah.
become a little person, little man. So,
Yeah, dude.
which is cool, but sometimes, you got to keep them in check. I'll put it that way. Right? Get a little dicey.
And they eat everything, eat you out of house and home. Now,
Mm-hmm.
I gotta say that my kid's always been by his choice. He eats healthy food, like he likes good food, like he likes meal kind of food. You know what I'm saying? Like he wants to eat something when he.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now he likes his snacks like all of us do, but
Yeah.
like he's more like a man. He'll fix him like a ramen soup or something like meal worthy when he says he's wanting a snack.
Yeah. Yeah. You're not just eating garbage or whatever.
Yeah,
That's good.
or he'll
That's
fix him
really
a
good.
steak and eggs, and that'll be his snack. It'd be like, hey,
That's cool. All right. You're only going to grow to be like 7.5 feet tall.
dude.
It's like, let's go. Let's go.
Man.
Yeah.
It's like, man, dude. But they burn so much, man. Just being alive, their bodies just burn fuel
yeah.
all the time,
Yeah,
bro.
absolutely. Yeah.
So as long as he's picking up good stuff to eat it, then
Yep.
it's like, you know
Sport
what?
it. You got to sport it, man.
And he's in good shape. I mean, he's not
Yeah.
like overweight or anything or like too
No.
small. It's like, so
No.
who am I to say what you should like? Apparently what you're eating is working.
Yep. Yep. Well,
Because
that's
he
it,
fixes his own stuff. I mean, obviously he has dinner with us, but like today,
man.
he's
It's
home
nice
from
when they're
school.
able to do that. You know what I mean? Like when you
Yeah.
don't have to do it for them, and you see
Yeah.
they're making good choices. That's good.
Yeah.
Like I mean, steak and eggs. I got no problem with that. I don't
Oh,
want to
dude,
see
he
eat a whole
loves steak
bag of
and eggs.
Doritos or something. You know what I mean?
I
Like
just wish he'd flip them eggs one time. God, he eats them sunny side up, and golly, man, be like, dude,
That
just
bugs ya?
He loves them sunny
Yeah.
side up eggs,
Yeah.
man. Good
I got
Lord.
my buddies like that too.
Yeah.
and It's,
God.
yeah.
It's like, man, just
Yeah.
easy over them for me, bro. But I just like, it's your egg. You eat it the way you
You
want.
do it
but
the
I
way
don't
you want.
I don't
I'll
want
be
the
quiet,
sunny
but this
side.
will bother me.
Yeah, man. Like, go ahead, go on outside and eat that.
Yeah.
I love my eggs, but I do not like sunny side up eggs. I like all other kinds of eggs, but I do not like sunny side up eggs. I want them over easy at least.
Yeah.
Give them a
Yeah.
flip for me because it's slimy
Yeah.
otherwise. It's like,
No, man, I need that little bit of hardness texture to it. You know what I mean? Not
Yeah.
that
Give it a
when you
flip.
punch it. Yeah,
Give it a
you
flip.
punch. Yeah,
yeah. Ugh.
totally.
And it strings up when you.
Don't even stop.
Yeah, I know,
No, it's
I know.
gross. It's so
Shout out to
gross.
eggs, but not sunny side up ones.
Yeah, if you like them, we support you, but
Yeah, man. I like now. I do like runny yolk, but I like it over easy runny, like over easy, and then
Yeah, yeah.
let it cook for a minute or something, and then take it off.
no.
But just straight up sunny side up, no way,
No.
no way, dude.
Nope.
No way.
Nope. Scrambled, boiled, or
Anything
overheard,
other
man.
than no way, no
Mhm.
way. Mm-mm.
Nope.
Nope.
Not doing
Can't
that.
do it, man.
Nope.
Can't do it. You know.
Not doing
Nope. Nope. But I do love my eggs now. I eat more eggs here at my house than anybody. But I just don't like sunny side up ones. Not even a little bit. No.
No.
They just don't even look right to me, man. Don't
No, they're
even
not.
look right.
There you
man.
go.
Me and
Yeah.
the kids love,
Explore. Yeah.
Runny Yolk Brothers. My wife, yeah.
The kids love them. That's it. Yeah, that's
Hey.
interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, man. That's just not the sunny side up part. Just all
Well,
other eggs.
when you
is
know
great.
what an egg is, right?
Yeah,
And then
it's like-
I'd rather you cook that a little bit more.
Yeah, give it a little heat.
Midge.
Just a touch. Just a touch. It doesn't.
You do know
I'm
how
not-
an egg works, right?
Yeah.
Rather you cook that
Yeah, we know
out
how
of
they
there.
work.
Mhm.
We know how they work. That's why we cook them.
Yeah, that's it.
Why we cook them. But hey, what time we got, Brother Sean? I ain't got my phone.
We're at 1 o'clock on the nose,
1
my
o'clock.
friend.
1 o'clock on the
1,300
nose.
hours. Yeah.
Awesome, man. Awesome, man. Well, shout out to you guys. This is Guy and Shine, 11 to 1 Eastern Standard Time, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Always good vibes. It's Monday, June 2nd.
It is.
Shout out to everybody, man. Hope you guys are doing good. We're gonna get off here and get our day going now that it's so pretty and everything. But we appreciate all you guys being here and hanging out with us, man. Just absolutely always good vibes. We appreciate you all. Let's see. Let me get this. I didn't have nothing loaded up here, Brother Shine.
Oh, Bruce.
Get something loaded up here. Let me put that one in there. That'll work.
Well, hopefully y'all have a great, safe Monday.
Yeah.
We'll see y'all again Wednesday, 11 to 1 Eastern Standard Time, and again on Friday.
Yeah.
But Wednesday will be the next time we conglomerate again.
Conglomerate.
Good vibes, baby.
Always good vibes, guys.
Always good vibes.
We'll see y'all Wednesday. Shine, I'll talk to you in a
Appreciate
second,
you.
brother.
Yes, sir.
I've been in a hurry since I don't know when. Gotta bring it on back, start over again. Yeah, I'll bring it on back to a nice old pace. The kind where a guy like me wins a race. You slow it on down. Take the time it takes to take a real good look around. Yeah, bring it on back to a nice old pace. The kind where a guy like me wins the race. Well, I got me a woman, yeah, she's better than most. Yeah, I get the space I need to really cut loose. Yeah, she slows it on down to a nice old pace. The kind where a guy like me wins the race. You slow it on down. Take the time it takes to take a real good look around. Yeah, bring it on back to a nice old pace. The kind where a guy like me wins a race. You slow it on down. Take the time it takes to take a real good look around. Yeah, bring it on back to a nice old pace. The kind where a guy like me wins the race. Yeah, slow it down. Slow it on down, guys. Good vibes only to you. always good vibes. Always good vibes only to all of my beautiful people out there. Appreciate you guys. Have a great day.